Last time on Dice Heist, Bertram returns home after finding out his father is alive, to find Dirk pacing on the ceiling, reading a nudie mag. After catching Dirk up and realizing Adam is nowhere to be found, the two begin to drink the night away. Adam returns home in the early morning with coffee to find the two passed out on the floor with empty bottles rolling around. Bertram wakes up, and the group has a heart-to-heart as Bertram fills Adam in, and then suggests that Adam should have led with the coffee, and Dirk should start making breakfast. As they're getting breakfast together, they each get a message on their magical notepad called a page from their commanding officer, Sir Nergrim Mudbreaker. It seems food must wait, as duty calls them down to the docks to investigate an interesting break-in. As they arrive, this case begins to unfold, but it presents more questions rather than answering them, especially the large hole that the guard didn't notice. Dirk takes a look inside and sees that a small pile of crates has been beat to crap, along with an overturned machine for moving the crates. Bertram talks to the dockmaster and gets some more background on the situation, but in the end, gets the company lying. Adam investigates the hole and finds it was both blown outward and disintegrated by acid. But there seems to have been some cleanup done that doesn't add up either. Dirk's further investigation leads him to notice that the smashed crates don't seem like they've been here long, and finds some unexplainably large shards of glass. Bertram decides to question the guard, who somehow slept through the whole thing, but their conversation is interrupted as the rest of the investigative team finds a trail leading to the sewers.
Welcome to Dice Heist, where we roll the dice and see what we can get away with. My name is Aaron. I'll be playing your resident human bard, Bertram Dirgestride. Over to you, Nick.
Hey guys, I'm Nick. I'm playing Dirk Vilgoth, the human arcane trickster. Over to you, Bronson.
Hey guys, I'm going to be playing Adam Vaduva, our rogue wizard. DM.
Hey guys, this is Raceland, and we're back on Dice Heist again for episode 12. Last time we kind of got into the guys' lives in Agelphia, and we got to look at what their apartment life looks like and how disorganized and tattered their new existences. But
and drunk.
They seem to be making yeah. I mean, we could always chalk that up to a bad night for Bertram, but. Well, let's not point out the fact that Adam definitely pulled an all-nighter for almost no good reason at all. But, yeah, so yesterday this morning you guys got a call on your devices, which is your notepad that allows people to send messages to you. They call it a page. And you're able to send messages back and forth with this device. And you guys got a message saying that you needed to check out a warehouse down by the docks that had been broken into. And when you arrived, you guys saw something that was kind of really messed up. There's a giant hole in the wall, and you were trying to figure out what was going on. But from there, you found a manhole cover that led down into the sewers. And your CEO, when he was informed of this, was like jumping right onto you to get down in there and check things out immediately. So that's where we leave you guys, as you're kind of looking at the sewer grate and, you're all looking up at each other, deciding who should touch this disgusting thing to open it up.
Well, Adam, you like touching gross stuff, so...
Adam will have his notebook out. He's just going to be pretending to be engrossed in it, writing things down, just not really paying any mind to the disgusting manhole cover.
Hold on a second. Does anybody else here get the feeling that this break-in was a setup? It wasn't a normal break-in, that this trail we're following is a little too easy. I mean, I found some crates and some broken glass in there that did not match the surrounding crates and the other vials that were in there. I get a suspicion this is a setup. We're being led somewhere. And knowing that Gandon knows who we are and what we're up to, this doesn't feel good.
So just to give you a little bit more background and put your mind at ease, for the most part, what you guys have witnessed of your investigative team and also of, the department as a whole is that it's most of the people there are trustworthy. So if this is a job of, someone setting this up, it's not on the end of the department. Just to kind of give you that kind of, your first impression of it as well.
Sure.
Well, the whole thing doesn't quite make sense, but we don't have enough information so far. And the best way to find if someone set a trap for you is to spring it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Not the best, maybe, but certainly the easiest.
Alright, well, if we're gonna do this, let's all be on our guard.
To be perfectly honest, if we don't know what we're going up against, I feel like we should call in backup.
Yes, you write to Mudbreaker and let them know we need backup to go in a hole, and let me know what they say.
Quick question for DM. Is our boss's name Mudbreaker or Nugbreaker? Or
Yes.
Mudbreaker.
No, it was Mudbreaker. He got it right.
Okay.
He's a dwarf.
Okay.
Yeah. His name is Nurgrim Mudbreaker.
Okay. Just wanted to double check. Okay.
Yep. And you will notice that his title is also Sir.
Sir Nurgrim Mudbreaker. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Alright, so Dirk's gonna reach into his bag of holding that he got from the silver sail from the assassin after cleaning it up, and he's gonna pull out his crowbar and just kind of reach down with it and pry open the manhole cover and open it up.
Yeah. You use your crowbar to gently open up the manhole cover, and it pops free quite quickly and easily. But I'm sure as you do that, your hair is tousled by a slight strong breeze from inside the sewer. You are immediately assaulted by the smell of sewage, standing water, and the stale sea air. It almost feels as if you've been knocked over by a wave with salt water penetrating your nostrils. Only that wave also has excrement and bile mixed in.
Okay, so it smells like home. Got it.
Maybe
For you, it does.
Shit.
And once Dirk is able to get past the smell, you notice there's almost this chill breeze that runs down your spine, as you can kind of feel the temperature below is much colder than outside.
Well, I guess you two don't want to be the first ones in, so I guess I'll lead the way. Zed, come here. And Zed will just kind of fly and land on his shoulders, and he'll just kind of peer through Zed's eyes to kind of give him the dark vision as he starts to descend. And so Zed will be on his shoulders, pretty much giving him a first-person view, but with the dark vision there.
Gotcha. So you look down and you see a ladder below you.
Okay.
That leads into the murky water below.
Sweet.
So as you descend into the darkness, you try not to think about what your hand is touching. that had been living on the rungs. If you do glance at your hands, they are covered in grayish-green grime. Once you reach the bottom, your feet disappear in the ankle-deep water. Using your torch... using your dark vision given to you by Zed, you notice that what looks to be fish swimming around your ankles inquisitively. You continue down the tunnel towards the sound of rushing water, amplified by the stone walls around you. So yeah, you kind of are able to break in there and kind of make room for the other two to get down.
Okay. Come on down, guys. The water is great.
Adam's going to open up his page real quick, and he is going to message Mudbreaker, or dispatch, whoever would be able to accomplish this. But basically, he would request just muscle, just like one guy with a gun really is, I guess, what he would ask for as far as backup goes, just to be sent into the same manhole entrance that we're coming down at the scene.
You send this over to Mudbreaker, and he's like, "What'd you find? Are there assailants?" And he's like questioning you, like, "What's going on?" You know, because it doesn't seem like this was an emergency request. So he's asking for a little bit more clarification on why you need this resource.
Right back, like, just in case we find whoever. What's the words I'm looking for? Whoever, because nothing was stolen, right?
There was at least some crates missing. You could kind of tell, but it wasn't a lot if it was stolen.
Okay, then yeah. It would
if anything, it was a handful of vials, maybe a little bit more.
Then yeah, I would just put, like, in case we find a perpetrator on our way down here. I doubt, I'll write in there, like, I doubt that they're going to just give back the merchandise or come willingly, as criminals that go to this length usually don't.
You get a response back. Copy. I will get a backup team ready at the edge of the sewers. Don't know when they can get there, but I'll deploy them immediately. You guys go on ahead. They should be there before anything bad happens.
All right. Yeah, I'll write back copy and continue down the sewers.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys know that there'll be at least a backup team close by soon that you guys can call in if necessary.
Okay. Dirk's going to draw his rapier just as a precaution.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, so do Bertram and Adam descend into the sewers?
Oh, yes. That would probably be next.
Yep.
Okay.
Unless Bertram says otherwise.
Okay. Yeah, Bertram seems to be awful quiet about this situation.
Yep.
Don't know why.
Should have worn someone else's boots today.
Come on, you pansies. You can shower later.
Can someone make a perception... Or actually, yeah, everyone make a perception check, because you guys all are in this murky water just kind of looking around.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's not light down here, I would cast light. So
Okay,
I can't
yep.
see.
There you go. Yeah, there's this... You got your little orb of light.
Well, that's a nat 1, so I guess Zed is kind of distracted here and not really helping.
Yeah, Zed's looking down at the water. Yeah, exactly. He's looking at the fish, like, cocking his head, like, is this a meal?
I'm like, Zed, come on.
And he'll, like, shake his head, and he's, like, looking back around.
I got 18
Adam,
for mine.
18, and then Bertram?
20.
20. Okay, so Adam and Bertram, both of you can kind of determine that rushing sound that you hear coming from up ahead is probably the cistern that leads out into the ocean from the sewers. So that's probably out of the sewers, and your best guesses is that the perpetrator wouldn't go towards that area. They would probably go back inwards a little bit, inwards towards the city. And as you kind of turn around and look down that tunnel away from the cisterns, it feels as if it's darker and like dingier and just thicker, the stench and all that. But it's definitely the direction you think you need to go.
Disgusting. Great. Let's continue.
Okay.
Are there any, like, is there, like, any sludge or grossness at the bottom, like under the water line here? Or
Oh, yes.
are there any like tracks or like drag marks or?
So it definitely looks like in this area, it's been all kind of like been tussled up recently. And as you look a little bit closer, you can notice that kind of like stuck in some of the sludge that's a little bit above the waterline even, just kind of like stuck. You notice a few pieces of glass and even a broken vial has fallen here. So the trail continues this way. You're not sure, other than that, but it definitely looks like this has been disturbed recently, and you do pick up those few little bits there.
Okay. DM question. Is it like pitch dark in here, or is there like dim light, or?
So currently where you're standing, it's kind of like dimly lit because you have the manhole cover above still open.
Okay.
And then even towards the direction of the cistern, you can see like faint light from where it's kind of like letting in, but the direction you're going in is just towards the pitch blackness of the sewers. And as you guys can, I'm assuming you're continuing on kind of a little bit at a time here. But as you do so, you do see like bits of light from, drains that led into the sewers here and there, up towards the streets. But it's a very small amount of light that's being let in.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I mean, does anything... When you said, like, things look rustled, you meant everything kind of, like, below the surface of the water seemed like rustled?
Yeah. So, like, if you've ever dealt with, like, a natural, like, mud puddle, there's almost, like, the silt at the bottom of it. And when you step in it, it kind of all the water goes completely murky.
And poofs, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, it kind of like poofs up, and then eventually it'll settle down again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in this case, it hasn't. It seems as if it's been rustled up recently, and it's not like completely settled again. So it's not like you have that separation of the water right now.
Dope.
And
all
the
right.
sludge.
We should be quick.
Yeah, you could say that based on the sludge. I mean, it just seems a little bit more well mixed than what you'd expect, I guess.
All
so, you don't think someone's been here like in the last 5 minutes, but maybe an hour or so, there could have been someone in here. So,
alrighty, I'm gonna take my rapier out too, saying that
Okay.
Dirk has his out.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'll take out my +1 here.
Okay.
Give it a little flourish. And then I'll actually cast light on the rapier.
Okay. Yep. So it's like glowing and it's shining from the tip, all the way down. Yep.
All right. Cool. And how much light does that give us? Light spell.
I think it's similar to a torch. I don't know though. Bertram, do you have the specifics on that?
Oh yeah, it's 20 bright, 20 dim.
Okay.
20,
Okay.
20. Okay.
Yeah. So that's not awful. So you got about like 40 feet of visibility and 20 feet from only 20 feet of like bright being able to fully identify something. So, but you're kind of able, the tunnel, or I'm sorry, the sewers kind of split off and some of them get smaller, but Bertram, with your amazing perception check, you're able to still continue following this trail of both glass and also, the sludge. You notice a couple things brushed off from the wall that, like a marking of a handprint. Almost. Yeah, it's not quite a handprint, but there was definitely someone rested, maybe their arm on it or something like that recently, as the sludge has been kind of wiped away partially recently, and, after a bit of time, it would eventually kind of like settled again. But you're able to follow this trail, and are you guys doing anything in particular as you're going along to kind of make yourself stealthy or otherwise? I know you're kind of splashing through water here a little bit, but
Yeah.
is there anything you guys would like to do to prepare yourself as you're moving forward? I know you pulled out your swords, but...
Yeah, so first, Dirk, being annoyed with Zed, is going to snap back into his own vision. He's not going to use Zed's vision. He's going to keep him on his shoulder. But Dirk's also going to suggest that they try to move as quietly as possible. So, yeah, let's try to keep quiet, huh?
Dirk's gonna, or sorry, not Dirk. Adam's gonna look over at Dirk and, Nick, was it like shoes that he has now that allow him to basically spider climb?
Yeah, but my guess is since we're kind of in a sewer, the walls would be pretty grimy and it wouldn't be like an applicable surface for him to walk on because they're essentially gadgets that attach to his boots that are equivalents to slippers of spider climbing.
The DM will confirm that suspicion.
Okay, yeah, the
Gotcha.
walls are
Yeah,
grimy.
it's definitely way too slippery for them to work, and that was your initial, like, kind of just thought. You were definitely right on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Then yeah, I guess I would just I would try to be like quiet. Or
Okay.
Dirk, you're faster than the two of us. Do you think that you'd be able to sneak ahead that way? That way, basically, the three of us don't have to worry about one or the other giving away the position of all three.
Yeah, I can do my best. So
We'll try to stay back in eyesight and eye line. Let us know if we come across anything where we need to stop.
Okay. Yeah, I'll lead ahead and you guys just kind of follow a little bit further behind and we'll see what we can see. And at this point, Dirk is just gonna kind of grab Zed and pull him in front of his face. It's like, all right, Zed, I need you to pay attention right now because our lives are on the line, okay? And I need you. All right, and then he's going to put him back on his shoulder and then peer back through his eyes since he's not going to have light and he's trying to be stealthy.
Go ahead and make a stealth check as you're moving forward.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to need you to make another perception check.
Okay, so that's 17 for stealth.
Okay.
And a natural 20 for perception, so that's a total of 25.
Yeah, so your whispered words to Zed definitely seem to have resonated with him.
Yeah.
And, yeah. So you got lucky on that one.
Yeah.
As you continue moving forward, the rest of the group is the other two are kind of staying a little bit behind, enough to see you, but not enough to interfere with your investigation and all that. As you get a little bit further ahead, you see some flickering light, almost from flame. And as you're able to kind of look ahead a little bit more, you can see that there's this kind of larger section that's almost a junction of several different sewer pipes. And sitting around what looks to be some sort of garbage fire is 4 kobolds, which are these small versions of Dragonborn, almost. They're actually known to be kind of like the lesser race of them. And they do for the most part make up the homeless population in the city. There's several issues going on in the city with whether or not they should be given full rights or not.
Okay. So I'm guessing they probably look pretty nasty and gross because they're staying down here, but...
Oh yeah, they look like they've lived in the sewers. I mean...
Okay.
But they're just quietly chatting around this I say garbage fire, but it's almost like just this like heap that they've kind of like keeping it contained and all that with some stones around it for some warmth.
Okay. So Dirk's going to kind of silently cast message as a cantrip back towards, I guess, Adam. And he'll mention, I see 4 kobolds down here. Although I don't think they're related to the incident. They look like they're homeless.
Yep. And you definitely can tell that the trail, before you can break the conversation, you can definitely tell that the trail does lead through where they're sitting.
Okay.
Adam if we're still in eyesight, Adam would like kind of wave over to Dirk and try to wave him towards Bertram and Adam. Unless I can respond.
You can respond to the message. It's just a short, like 1 or 2 sentence phrase.
Basically, responding to the message, Adam would say, let's have Bertram interact with these three real quick. See if they've seen anything. But we should probably have him greet them first. You know how he is with words.
Okay. So he'll just kind of see Dirk just kind of stand still and wave them on to come up.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys make it up there, and there's some little bit more noise happening with you guys kind of joining him. And Bertram and Adam now can see the four kobolds kind of sitting around this fire.
And I would imagine Adam would, give Bertram the message. That way Bertram is not just walking in on this completely clueless, because we were speaking in our minds.
Right. Adam would probably, whisper very quietly into Bertram's ear. Talk to the three kobolds up there. See if you can glean any info from them.
Sure.
Or sorry, did you say 4 kobolds?
No, it's 4.
Okay, yeah. 4 kobolds.
Gonna play a game of telephone here.
I'm going to
Yep.
Put my rapier away.
Okay.
And
Smart.
I guess, I'll just put my rapier away and I'll just grab the pencil I write all my messages in, or pen, whatever it is, for the page, and I'll just cast light on that.
Okay.
And just stick it in my vest front pocket so it kind of shines light.
Okay.
And I'll make noise while I approach, so I'm not surprising anyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so as you kind of approach them, they look up at you, and you hear some kind of chatter between them quietly.
Good morning. By chance, have you guys seen any boxes with legs come through here?
The 4 of them, one of them just kind of looks at you, and they roll their eyes at you. And do you speak Draconic?
Nope.
So you hear...
Bottlebot Jahus love Tarientic. Tirwugs Tepoati Kill Throatinilt.
You can tell they're not saying anything nice to you.
Adam knows Draconic. Can he hear what they're saying to him?
Yeah, so it is just a slur of curses get the fuck back out of here, you human piece of shit. You're not better than us. Go find another spot to squat in, you piece of shit. Stuff like that. That's what comes out of his mouth.
Adam's going to take out his page, and I don't know if Adam's technically around the corner, or if he's within eyesight of these guys.
Yeah.
But
you can see them, but you guys are still kind of hidden, we'll say.
He's going to message Bertram and tell him they don't like you. You don't want to know what they said, but they definitely don't like you. Unless you know how to speak Draconic, I think this might be a lost cause.
I'll just feel that my page vibrate. I'll pull it open and use my pen to look at it, and I'll kind of look over the top of it and pretend like I'm writing down what they told me. Well, I'd hate to say it, but if that's your official statement for the, for the police here, then I'm afraid your day just got a lot worse. However, if you'd instead like to talk to me and not throw insults, then maybe I can ask you a few questions and pretend we never met.
So the one that shout those insults at you kind of haphazardly over their shoulder kind of stands up now and looks at you, and you can see kind of this cruel, disgusting smile. The teeth are all broken and miscolored underneath there, and you just hear, "Prepare to meet your forefathers, scum." And you see, now that you can see in the light, there's also something else shining in its mouth. It looks like glass. and he crunches down on it.
Oh shit.
Oh. Just gonna write to help.
Yeah. The three behind him also stand up, and you hear another similar crunch coming from them, and they all double over in pain forward. But as you're kind of like taking in this scene, you see them getting a little larger, and they stand back up, and there's like this yellow glow to their eyes now, and they all look at you and roll for initiative.
Okay, I was gonna say as soon as Dirk sees them like give him the stink eye and like bite down on something, he's rushing them. Like he's
Yeah,
rushing
so
out.
we can say that you are level with Bertram at the start of initiative count,
Okay.
if that's okay with you.
Okay.
To give you that little bit of heads up, like while they were doing that shit.
Sure.
Bertram is definitely freaking out, but yeah, you and Adam have a moment to kind of react
Okay.
a little bit better.
Dope. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I was very calmly, collectedly writing help. Okay.
You were backing away. It's okay.
If I didn't feed both hands to write and have my page out, then I would already have a pistol in one hand and a rapier in the other. But no, I have to send a message to these guys.
Well, we had eyes on you, so it's okay. 22 for Dirk for initiative.
Definitely had to roll the write the message. 6.
All right. Yep, I see that. Sweet. And Bronson?
5.
5. Really?
Yeah, I
Oh my.
roll a natural 3.
This could be fun.
Oh wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I only get +2.
Yep. Okay. So, first up is Dirk.
Okay. Are any of them adjacent to Bertram, or are they like a little bit further away?
None of them are adjacent to Bertram. They just kind of like fell to the ground for a moment and just kind of stood back up. They're just kind of right now righting themselves. We'll say they're about 20 feet away from Bertram, as he was like within like chatting distance with them.
Let's see. What do I want to do? But they definitely look aggressive, and they look like they're
Yeah,
Okay.
they definitely look like they just bulked up, and kobolds are normally no more than like 4 feet tall. These are now like pushing 5-6 feet tall right now,
Oh.
like normal man-sized creatures.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost as if they were just given like an enlarge, but on top of that, some sort of strength boost as well. They seem much more buff. They basically look like a standard, like buff, short-ish dragonborn, but they definitely have like the longer snout of the kobold, and they've got these deep yellow eyes that are just almost glowing in the darkness here.
Okay.
Wait, did all 3 of them crush down on glass, or just the one guy?
All 4 of them did.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Noted.
Yep.
The
Yeah, the one did just kind of as like a response, and the other 3 just immediately after did the same.
Okay. So the one that kind of led by insulting Bertram and like did it first, Dirk's just gonna try to make an example out of him and just like try to demolish him first. So he's just gonna rush forward with Zed, as Zed kind of just like flies up in his face and claws at him, doing the help action, and Dirk's just gonna go in with his rapier and just leap at him, casting booming blade as he thrusts his blade into him. And
Yeah. Okay.
so he's gonna
Give me
try-
that juicy attack.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's 18 plus something plus 7. Oh jeez. So 25 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, I
Surprisingly,
imagine
I don't know.
so now that I'm level 5, I get a D8 damage with that, with the booming blade, and a D8 with the rapier.
Correct. Yeah, so you're doing 2d8 and
Plus
3d6
No, I'm not using the. I'm not using
sneak
the-
attack.
Oh yeah, sneak attack. That's right.
Yep.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, that was the whole point of the.
Yeah, that was the whole
Zed
point of
thing,
Zed,
right?
Yeah. And then I get the +4 from my dex bonus.
Okay.
10, 20, Yeah, that's 23 damage. Between piercing and thunder, yeah.
Yeah, so you do 23 piercing and thunder damage to this creature, and it seems unfazed by it, but yeah, there's kind of like this orb around it as well now from the booming blade, and you're not sure why, but it seems like it didn't feel the full brunt of that.
Oh, so as Dirk makes eye contact with this thing after just stabbing into it, just doing a huge amount of what he thought would like kill it almost instantly, he just looks up being like, well, shit. And so him and Zed just jump back with the mobile feet so he doesn't have a opportunity attack, and he just puts some distance between them, at least 10 feet, so that if he wants to come after him, he's going to get that
He's got to come at him.
Yeah, he's going to get that extra damage on him.
Okay, yep. That sounds good.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a perfect combo for you to do that, so.
Mm-hmm.
So if that ends your turn,
Yep.
we will move on to them. So yeah, actually, can you... Ooh, you know what, Dirk? What was the D8 from Booming Blade? What was that damage? Because that's technically force damage, and I need to know that separately.
That was thunder damage. That was 8.
Or thunder damage. 8? Okay. So I need to add...
Yeah, that was my good roll.
Okay. Okay, so from now on, just give me your slashing and your thunder damage separately.
You got it.
Because or piercing. Because your piercing damage is resistant.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's their turn, and this guy is going to charge directly back at you, kind of completely ignoring this bubble around him. Go ahead and make that 2d8 damage roll for me.
All right. Ooh, that's pretty good. 12.
Nice. Yeah, so you do 12 damage to him, and
12 thunder.
when this booms, he just kind of gets a little thrown off, and it seems like even maybe his knee just snapped from the explosion. But he still is rushing forward with this same burning passion in his eyes as he makes a swipe at you with his hand. That is just this mangled claw.
That's a firm yikes.
An 11 will definitely miss you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and then the second hand this time is a 20, so that will strike you.
Yep, AC 17.
Doing 7 points of damage.
Oof. Okay.
All right, and then his friends behind him, one of them will kind of move up towards you on the right side, and he's going to dive at you and kind of try and shove you up against the side of the sewer. So I'm going to make opposed athletic check to your athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go acrobatics for now.
Okay.
Yikes. 10.
10? Okay. So, yeah, he definitely, with a 12, grabs you and is now shoving you up against the wall, allowing the other two to kind of break past you guys.
Oh, boy.
So the other two kind of break past, and Bertram is leveled. Did you move up to be with Bertram and Dirk?
No.
No? Okay. So, Bertram, you now have two of these creatures, one on either side, kind of bearing down on you. You've been able to pull out your rapier and your pistol by now, but these two are just kind of like right up on you right now. And you're getting attacked. An 18 will hit you, I'm guessing?
Yep.
Okay. And you are going to take 7 points as well.
Okay.
From that attack. A 13 will miss, I'm guessing. 15?
Miss.
Okay, and then the last attack, this one is a 24.
That one will hit.
For 9 points of damage.
Yikes. I like that.
Isn't this some good quality music? This is Skirmish Epic Deadly Contest by Raphael Hofstetter from battlebards.com. That's where we get all our background music and sound effects for the show. What is BattleBards? BattleBards is the most premium audio library ever created for the tabletop gaming experience, along with tools built specifically to use the audio seamlessly in-game. Tailor-made background music inspired by fantasy races and locations, voiceover scripts written to bring life to everyday NPC interactions, and a colossal array of bone-crushing, spell-blasting sound effects. This is BattleBards. If you're looking to get the best value out of battlebards.com, I would recommend giving BattleBards Prime subscription a try. With this monthly subscription, you can enjoy streaming access to all BattleBards content, access to all BattleBards tools, including their soundboard and mixer, the ability to upload and mix your own private audio library, and 20% off all purchases of sounds you wish to permanently add to your collection. I think this is enough for me. Go check it out for yourself and see what they have to offer. Now, let's get back to Dice Heist. So, these creatures are just kind of like swinging away at you right now. But it is your turn now.
The one that Dirk hit, that's the one in front of him, and then I have two others in front of me.
So there are two freshies in front of you. Okay. The one that Dirk had kind of like obliterated is right on Dirk, and there's another one that kind of like shoved him up against the wall.
Well, I guess I'm just going to stab the closest one with the rapier.
Okay. Sounds good.
That'll be 14 to hit.
14 is going to hit.
That'll be 9 piercing from the +1 rapier. 10 piercing from the +1 rapier. And I'm going to use my Psychic Blades feature. So I'll just stab him, and then I'll just kind of twist the rapier and find a new angle and stab it slightly deeper, and burn a Bardic Inspiration. Deal 3d hits.
Nice.
That's 11 more psychic.
Wow, okay. So it feels like, because your blade is magical and this other energy, he feels the full brunt of it and nearly knocks him off his feet as you stab into him. And he clutches his head in agony as he's feeling the full brunt of this, both mental and physical assault.
And then I'll look over my shoulder at Adam and be like, well, time to catch up. And give him a Bardic Inspiration.
Nice. All right, sweet. So I'm figuring that ends your turn.
Sure does.
We're on to Adam, who has a Bardic Inspiration now.
All right, so I think I've got like a few things I'd like to do. Exactly how many feet am I from being in combat with one of these kobolds?
We'll say you're like 20, maybe 30 feet away from Bertram and the two attacking him.
Dope, okay.
You are maybe another 20 feet, let's say, we're saying 30 feet from Bertram and those two. Dirk and the other two are 50 feet from you. So if you're thinking about range spells at all, those are also an option for you.
Cool.
And one is holding Dirk up against the wall.
Yes. Okay. So, first, Adam would actually... Well, I have a question for actually the players, Nick and because I feel like we would all know what languages we each speak. Do we have any languages in common, you guys? Like, I've got Elvish. Do you guys speak Elvish?
Nope.
I do.
What about Thieves' Cant? Do all three of us know Thieves' Cant? by any chance?
No, I'm not a filthy rogue.
I figured. I was just thinking just in case.
You guys
All
won't teach me.
Yeah, but
I just know
Bertram with
Dwarvish
Thieves' Cant
and
is
Auto.
dangerous.
Okay.
That would be interesting if we could teach Bertram Thieves' Cant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, that's a thing.
I mean,
It's a language.
Yeah, I don't see why not. We learned it from someone, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could learn it in his downtime from you guys.
Alright, so
Although
Adam's
the
not
problem
gonna-
is Thieves' Cant takes a while to say something that's standard. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not useful in combat.
Adam's actually going to try to speak quickly, hoping that these kobolds maybe don't have a very firm grasp of common. He's going to say, "We should try to lead them outside." Basically, just like as he's moving, he's just going to try to fucking utter these, just like squeeze these words out as fast as he fucking can. At the same time, he's going to use his bonus action to activate his Blade Song. For those of you that don't remember what Blade Song does, basically it gives me an AC bonus equal to my intelligence modifier, which in this case is 3, so I'll have an 18 AC. My walking speed increases by 10 feet. I get advantage on dexterity acrobatics checks. I gain a bonus to my constitution saving throws to maintain concentration on the spell. And I'm able to use this thing twice per short or long rest. So I'm starting that with my bonus action. As my action, I would like to... Well, first I should probably do this. Adam has probably seen Bertram and Dirk use their rapiers in combat before. What would it take for me to try to tell, like, does it seem like they're having a harder time with it, or does it pretty much just seem like they're fighting as they usually would, or what does the situation look like? As like,
It doesn't seem like anything's quite out of hand yet. I mean, there's been a few blows back and forth each way.
Okay.
But it definitely looks like these things are just pure rage monsters that will keep going no matter how hard you hit them
all right,
until they're dead. So
I am going to the furthest one that's away from me. Is that on Nick right now?
yeah, there's one that's kind of holding him down, and another one a little bit further from that's kind of wailing on him still. I will point out that if you want to try and hit the one holding Nick down, I'll make some sort of concentration check for him to kind of keep holding on to him.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'm going
To allow you kind of like interrupt that if you want.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can do you one better.
Okay.
If there's some way for us to do called shots, I would be trying to hit him like in the face to try to not necessarily blind him, but yeah, like get his attention or break his focus. Yeah.
So how about this? I will let you roll. Is it an attack roll or a saving throw?
It is a ranged spell attack against the target, so I am using my D20 roll.
Okay. So what I will let you do is you can roll that attack roll with disadvantage. If you hit, it will do damage as normal, and also it will allow Dirk to break free from his hold. If you miss, neither of those things will happen, though.
All right. Yeah, I'll take it.
So it's kind of like increasing the stakes for the effect.
Take it. Let me double check my...
And you do need a 14 to hit these creatures. They have an AC of 13.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. I can fix to my roll here. So I'm either starting with a 4, which would not do it.
Mm-hmm.
See if I get a net 1. Or a 4. So that's 10 total.
Okay. So your attack will miss. And it'll shoot a little bit too high as you were aiming for the face.
Alright.
There you go.
I think I would actually check the range on this. Yeah, it's 60 feet. I would want to get within 60 feet of the...
You are within 60 feet of everyone. Here, at least.
I would want to.
Yep.
I would want to back up.
Okay.
Probably. So I was still within 60 feet of the one that's closest to me. That's directly, like, holding Dirk down.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be within 60 feet of that. So I'd probably move back
10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can back up about 10 feet to do that, I guess. All right.
That's it for me.
All right. So then we're back up to the top at Dirk.
Okay.
And you are currently being held down by this kobold. I will let you make, real quick, an attempt to break free as part of your movement, but you will reduce your movement by half to do so.
Okay.
But you're still going to need to make a opposing acrobatics or athletics check against his athletics.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that one's cocked. Uh, 15.
15. So you are able to slip underneath him, and he is kind of, his arms are, pulled closer, and he just, falls forward towards the wall as he's trying to catch you, but you dart around and you're able to get behind him without him holding on to you still. So you're free now, and you can act as normal, but you only have 20 feet of movement currently.
Okay. Is he still adjacent to me?
Yeah, so you are still adjacent to both of the other kobolds.
Okay. So I only have 20 feet of movement. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And Bertram is engaged with 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I already hurt, is he, like...
He's pretty hurt.
Is he up on me, or would I need to move to get to him?
No, he's right up on you. Both of them are.
Okay, yeah, I'm going after him first.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
I'm going to focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel cheap doing this, but I'm going to have Zed come back in and fly in and get him in the face again.
I mean, don't feel cheap. I mean, if I really wanted to fix it, I could.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, you'll
I can hold an attack and kill Zed in one hit. It's not hard.
Yeah.
But no, it makes sense in this instance. These are mindless creatures. They're just kind of like raging out. They hardly even notice Zed. But yeah,
right.
you're still able to get that advantage, and you're sneaky.
Awesome.
Sneaky, stab.
And I am going to be doing the booming blade again.
Of course, yeah. Might as well take that extra damage.
Sheathing that rapier and that booming white energy and plunging it into him. I got
nice.
19 plus 7, so it's 26 to hit.
26 will definitely strike. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. It was pretty close, though.
Yeah. All right. Let me do the thunder.
It was only double the armor class.
Let me do the thunder damage first.
Okay, cool.
Thunder damage is 3, and then
okay.
I will do the
regular.
Yep, regular damage. And then that is...
Nick, did you roll 2d8 for your booming blade?
So it's 1d8 for
It's only
the
one.
initial attack, and then it's 2d8 if they move.
But at 5th level, the melee attack deals an extra d8 thunder damage to the target.
So initially it doesn't deal any
I
extra
see.
damage. Yeah.
I see.
Booming Blade is a very complex spell, but it's also my favorite spell. So.
Okay.
And that is 22 piercing damage.
Fuck on a cracker. Okay. So 22 half to 11. You still shish kabold it.
Yes.
And in your process of doing so, go ahead and make a straight attack roll.
Okay. Yeah, that's just 11.
That's an 11? Okay. So you tried to redirect your blade to stab into the other one as well, but you're not able to kind of connect with the extra damage there. I was going to let you kind of carry over the leftover to him, but you weren't able to do that. But now this one is definitely dead, and he is between you and the other creature. So.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. One down, guys. And so from that, Zed is gonna fly up, as high as he can to try to keep out of their range, and Dirk's gonna kind of move so that he's, kind of right up next to Bertram, so that they're fighting together, kind of.
Okay.
And that's Dirk's move.
Nice. Okay. So next up is the kobolds. So the one that was near you, Dirk, is going to dive in and try and take a swipe at you.
Okay.
So let's see. That is going to be a 20 and a 10. So only one will hit,
Okay.
dealing 7 damage.
All right. I'm gonna do what I should have done last time and use uncanny dodge to cut that in half.
Gotcha. Okay. And now the other two that you're kind of now mingling with Bertram now. I'm going to roll. One of them's going to attack Bertram, but the other one might attack you as well, Dirk. So I'll kind of roll randomly to see if he switches his target.
Okay.
He is going to switch to you.
Okay.
So 2 attacks on Bertram from the first one. And a 16 isn't going to hit, so they both miss Bertram.
16 will just hit.
Oh, 16 will hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do get hit by 1 then. Okay, so in that case, you take 8 points of damage. Yep. All right. And then Dirk, that's an 11 and a 10, so no.
Woo.
Bad rolls from the DM. Fun for you, not for me. And they're kind of still wailing on you guys, just kind of diving in, and it just feels kind of almost panicked, and it definitely feels like there's no rhyme or reason to their strategy against you.
Right. Little help, Adam.
So Bertram is up next now.
Which of the two in front of me looks more hurt?
The one you hit with the
One I stabbed.
the attack last turn. Yeah. Yeah, he seems like there's there's like blood dripping from his ears now. So.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna stab that guy again.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll the hit.
17 to hit,
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
and that's 9 from the rapier.
Okay, yep. So for some reason, it seems like your rapier is striking a little bit better than Dirk's, even though he's
Look,
hitting the right spot. So bad. All right, but this one looks like he is on his very last legs right now.
Did Adam use my inspiration yet?
No, he did not.
No, not yet. Do I need to... How does the inspiration work? Can you remind...
Basically, add it to a d20.
Any D20 roll.
Before or after?
After.
After. Okay.
Yep. And it's a D8 now.
Ah. Okay. Cool.
It went up when he leveled.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it for him. And then, Adam, you are up now.
So
what do you do?
Which one seemed like it was on its last leg?
The one that Bertram just stabbed again.
Cool. Adam is going to... He's going to fire off another ray of frost at the one that Bertram just stabbed.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and roll the hit on that.
I think that'll hit. That'll be 21.
Yeah, that should hit. Go ahead and roll that damage.
This will be 2d8's worth of cold damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right, you got the bump now. Keep forgetting you guys are a little bit deadly.
That's 10 points of cold damage. As the... I assume we're in like a kind of like moist, humid place. So...
Yeah.
So as he casts this ray of frost, he kind of charges it up for like half a second. And you see the air just around the hand on his glove or on his gauntlet kind of condense into this beam.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for me.
Okay. Awesome. So his head gets just skewered by this blast, and he just falls over. His head kind of like crumpled under the weight of the ice, and the shards kind of stabbing into him now. So he is most definitely dead as well. So you've got 2 down and 2 to go. Anything else you were going to do with your turn, Adam?
I don't believe so. As long as I'm still within 60 feet of at least one of them, I'm good.
Okay. All right, cool. So then next up we have Dirk.
Okay. So the one who kept trying to pin Dirk and grab onto him, Dirk's just gonna kind of make eye contact with him real quick. He's going to be like, I'm going to kill your friends first, and then I'll kill you. And he'll just use bonus action to disengage and double around Bertram. So he's disengaging from that one, doubling around Bertram, and going in for another booming blade into that one. And
Okay, cool.
charge up that booming energy and thrust it into him. This time, not at advantage because I'm not going to use that right now.
Okay.
But since he is adjacent, I will still get sneak attack if I hit.
Sounds good.
It's a 12 plus 7, so that's 19 to hit.
19 still hits.
Woo! Alright, thunder damage first. 5 thunder.
Okay.
And then that's 18 piercing.
18 piercing damage. Okay. So yeah, this kobold definitely seems like it was hurt by that, but it doesn't seem too phased by that, and is kind of like redirecting its anger towards you.
Right. And as the booming energy just envelops him, Dirk's just going to look him in the eye and just kind of leap back. However much movement he's got, like maybe 10 feet, and he's just going to kind of give him the come hither motion with his finger.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, so you're leaping back towards Adam, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Or are you going... Yeah, okay. All right. So you're leaving Bertram up there with them, and... Yep. All right, so next up we have the one that you were just taunting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to actually roll to see what he does.
Okay.
And I rolled the fun number. Yay! So he remembers that little pesky bird being so helpful to you.
Oh, boy.
And he's going to start charging towards the bird that is now in this sewer that kind of lets it almost mitigate its advantage towards being able to fly higher in the sky and further away.
Right.
So it's going to take 2 swipes at the bird.
Ooh, yeah.
What is his armor class?
Let me go to extras. Oof. Yeah, he's going to die. His AC is 11.
Okay, so both strike him, and that'll do 10 damage at least.
Yeah, Zed's gone.
Okay,
Zed goes poof.
Yeah, so he goes to rip into it, and he grabs it and goes to bite into it, and it just poof, it disappears into this magical mist as it tries to eat your owl, and it just gets angrier and starts screaming into the wall and looks down at you and is just like ready to charge towards you now.
Yeah, and Dirk just kind of thinks to himself, sorry about that, Zed. I'll bring you back later.
And as you're thinking this to yourself, your attention is pulled back again towards the one that you just hit the bluing blade on. And just as gullibly as the first time, this one is going to charge directly at you, ignoring this magical energy surrounding it and taking the full brunt of that 2d8 damage from you.
That's for another 7 damage. Thunder damage.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of like almost shot off target a little bit there, but it still staggers up towards you and is able to make a swipe at you. So let's see. Oh, fuck on a cracker.
Did you just crit on me?
So the first attack is going to do 5 points of damage, which is the minimum.
Okay.
The second attack, however, did crit. And that is going to be 13.
Yeah. So Dirk's going to burn his reaction for uncanny dodge for the 13, so that reduces it to 16. So it's 11 total.
That happened, and Dirk is probably not looking great right now.
Yeah, he's pretty hurt. The uncanny dodge is keeping him up though.
Yeah, he's definitely staying on his toes. But Bertram now is kind of like he's standing between this rage monster, kind of looking you down right now. But it seems like the one that's a little bit further back that just destroyed Zed has no interest in him. But what are you going to do with this information, Bertram? There is one that is fairly close to you as well that you could engage that is currently attacking Dirk, but the other one seems to be fairly fresh and unscathed.
Which one is the fresh one?
The fresh one is the one that's a little bit further away. The other one is the one that charged Dirk just this turn.
And the other one that's in front of me, how's that one?
There is no other one in front of you. There are only 2 left now.
Oh, it's-
So I taunted the one that was on you, and it came after me.
And then Adam killed it. I'm going to follow this thing towards Dirk, and I'm going to flank it with Dirk. And
Okay.
I'm going to stab it.
Awesome. So I'm going to give you a +2 bonus for that flanking.
Nice. Even with the +2 bonus. Well,
That is only a 12. Okay. If you like, we mentioned in our 10.5 episode the new boons that I gave you guys. If you can think of a way to use one of your boons that I gave you, you can give yourself advantage in this situation.
Like the memory, intuition, contact stuff?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, so if you have any intuition points, you could use that now to like know exactly where to stab into his spine.
I only have
you know?
memory or contact.
Okay. I mean, if you can find a way to spin either of those, that's fine.
I think I'll have to keep those for better situation.
Sounds good. Okay, no problem. Is there anything else you can do?
That's what I'm double checking. I will inspire Dirk. And I guess that'll.
Awesome. Okay, so you inspire Dirk, ending your turn. Dirk, you now have a D8 of inspiration that you can use with any attack roll, saving throw, or skill check. Yeah. And we move on to Dirk's turn. I'm sorry, Adam's turn.
So seeing that we've kind of turned the tables here, now seems like the perfect time to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Adam's going to use his bonus action to dash per his rogue skill, or his like rogue ability. So he effectively has an 80 movement speed.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to,
You have a 40 movement speed normally?
with Blade Song, getting
Oh,
the
that's
extra
right.
10.
Fuck. Okay.
He's going
All right.
to basically just sprint through the sewer water, straight up to the one that's injured.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible for me to get into like a flanking spot?
Yeah, yeah,
him?
you kind of are all surrounding it now, and you can definitely get that bonus. I think at this point, since you're surrounding it, I'll give you all advantage on attacks against it, since there's all 3 of you around it.
Awesome. That's all I need from that sneak attack.
Well, there's people around there too, but
I'm. Adam is going to try to pierce this thing with his rapier,
sweet. Roll it.
and of course this would be sneak attack too. Yeah. Got either natural 13 or 8. So we got 13 at 5. 18 to hit this thing.
Yes, that hits. That was a lot of math, but okay.
Sorry. I was saying it out loud, I guess.
It's alright. I just thought it was funny.
So that will be 1d8 plus... I think I only get a d6 at this level at the moment for my sneak attack.
You get 2d6 if you were a 3rd level rogue.
Right. Yeah, perfect then. Cool. 2d6 it is.
Yep. Yeah, you get an extra d6 every other level on the odd levels.
This will be pretty decent, I think. We've got 15 plus 2, so 17 points of piercing damage.
Okay, and is that a magical weapon you are using?
Yes, it's my +1 rapier.
Okay, cool. So you do 17 points of damage, and you stab into this creature, and it just dies before you.
So, all right. I will, if I have any movement left, I will once again stay within, we'll do 50 feet of the next kobold. So if I have to back up, I will.
All right. Then, Dirk, you are up.
Okay. After seeing that Adam murdered this one that I was working on. I'm gonna go after the one that just killed Zed. And yeah, Dirk's just gonna completely just charge him, and again, the booming blade just leaps in the air at him, charging that rapier, plunging it into him with all his might.
All right, go ahead.
So this one will not get sneak attack because nobody's adjacent.
Correct.
Okay. 17 plus 7, so that is 24.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. You definitely hit.
Yeah. So thunder damage, 5 thunder damage. And
Okay.
then rapier. Rapier is only 5 damage.
Okay.
I rolled minimum on the stab.
That's all right. So now there's this energy kind of glowing around him again. What are you going? Are you going to back up again?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the
Yeah.
same thing that I've been doing. Just kind of jump back.
He tries to take a swipe at you as you're leaping back, and it just misses as you're deftly kind of leaping away from him.
Right. Okay.
But if that's it for your turn, he's going to dive directly back in at you, taking the full run of that explosion once more. These guys don't seem to learn from their mistakes. So,
Boom. Yeah, that's not the greatest. 5 thunder damage.
oof, yikes. Alrighty then. But he's still not looking great. It seems like he maybe has learned a little bit and was able to jump at the right moment and kind of use that momentum to leap at you, and is now clawing at your throat with its claws, just viciously attacking you. And we're gonna make the 2 attacks right now at you. Holy fuck on a cracker! I rolled a 19 and another natural 20.
Holy shit.
So the first one. The last time it was an 18 and a natural 20. This time it was a 19 and a natural 20. Which means next time it's going to be a couple ones, so that's okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna declare the uncanny dodge on the crit right now.
Okay, well the other one's a 9.
Oof.
And the crit damage... so the crit damage is 11, which means you're going to take a total of 14 from both attacks after your uncanny dodge on the crit.
Big oof. I'm still up, but I'm hurt. I'm pretty hurt.
So Dirk has just confirmed that he is definitely the tank of the group. Okay.
I'd be dead already. I've less than half of my HP already.
All right, so that is Bertram's turn now.
Okay. It's the guy that's left next to. Okay.
There's just one guy left.
I'm going to run past and around Adam
Mhm.
and the creature to get behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And
You gonna flank it?
yeah, I'm definitely going to flank it. I'm just trying to decide if I should use that. Yeah, I'm going to stab it with the rapier.
Okay, so stabby stab.
That's another
Oof.
12. Wow.
Yikes. That's a miss again.
Sure is. Well, that's all I can do.
All right. So next up is Adam.
So Adam is... Would I be within about 60 feet of this one?
Yeah.
I backed up last time?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm once again going to use my bonus action to dash.
Okay.
And I will sprint right up next to... I think it would be Dirk would be the first
Yeah.
one I'd run into, right?
Yeah, so if you're sprinting right up next to Dirk, you guys are, again, you're surrounding it, so you definitely have advantage on this attack.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to basically just almost not even looking at the kobold. I'll just be like staring into Dirk's eyes as I just quickly move up next to him and stab my rapier out to my
Nice.
side.
Okay. Go ahead and make that attack.
Yeah, either 13 or a nat 1. So 13, adding
Inspiration.
5 to that.
He hits
It's
without
18.
it,
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's an easy hit.
though. The only one who needs inspiration is the one who can't give it to himself.
Oh, the irony.
Let me
Yes,
roll
it is.
damage for you real fast.
At this level.
That kind of sucks. That's 6 plus
Probably enough.
2, 8 points of magical piercing damage.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled
No,
two
that is not
ones
enough.
and a 4.
Oof. Okay. Yeah, so that kind of whiffs.
No, you get sneak attack too, right?
That was
That
a
was
sneak
plus
attack.
sneak attack. I only get the
Ooh.
D8 for the rapier, and then 2d6. So yeah, I've already last hit a couple of them at least. I will then. Yeah, fuck it. You know what? I'm not even gonna disengage. I'm just gonna fucking walk back. We'll say my remaining 20 feet backwards off of the thing. I don't even care if an opportunity attacks me. It can try.
Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna try.
Yes.
Okay. 20.
Ah, fuck, that is me. Oh, man.
I don't understand.
Take 10 points of damage. That was max damage.
I don't understand the strategic reasoning there.
Because I have an 18 AC.
you had a bonus action to disengage.
No, I used my bonus action to
Dash.
dash to get there in the first place.
Well, you could have stayed there and gave us advantage on our next attacks, but you know,
You're still going to have advantage on our next attack because there's 3 of us surrounding it, aren't we?
not anymore. You
No,
walked
you're not,
away.
because you're now backed off.
You just walked away and got smacked.
Well, right.
Yeah.
But Bertram's on one side of it and then Dirk's on the other, isn't he?
Big brain move.
Correct.
So we get
And that's
plus
only I'm
2.
giving a +1 or +2 for that. So, all right. Okay. Next up is Dirk. He's on his last legs here, though.
All right, so Dirk's gonna do something a little different from what he usually does. This time he's gonna drop his rapier and look into the thing's eyes, and as he does, Dirk's eyes start glowing blue and sparkling. The scars down his neck start glowing a faint blue, and it travels down into his arms as electrical forces just start emerging from his hands, and he yells at him, "For Zed!" and he leaps at him and grabs his head and tries to grab his head and tries to deliver a shocking grasp.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make that attack roll.
Okay.
You have +2 and inspiration.
Yeah, I didn't need it. I rolled a 19. Of course.
Okay.
Worst fucking classic.
So that is 2d8 lightning damage.
Okay.
And that is 10 lightning damage to his
All right.
cranium.
So that's enough to cook his brain and take him out. And you guys are kind of left over top of these bodies of what seem to be these bizarre rage monsters that were just a few moments ago these scrawny little malnourished and disgusting looking kobolds. And these gave you a run for your money just now. As you're kind of contemplating the implications of that, we're going to leave you there as we end this episode of Dice Heist. So,
Nice.
All
Just
right.
hazard pay.
yeah, yep. Yeah, Dirk, just for the audience, how many hit points do you have left?
I still have 10 hit points out of my
Oh my
max
God.
of 45.
Alrighty then. Yeah, that was
I went down
that was
to
some brutal.
20 and 2 hits. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I figured they would start dropping like flies for you eventually, but yeah.
Uncanny dodge. Amazing.
I told you were the
Yeah.
tank. You didn't believe me. You didn't want to believe me.
Oh, just wait till I hit level 7.
Yeah, I know. Then area of effect spells just stop working again. All right, so I think we're going to end it here. Thank you guys for listening. This has been a lot of fun. I will catch you guys next time on Dice Heist.
See ya.
See you guys.
Woo! Thank you all for listening to this episode of Dice Heist. Our next episode will be released on Sunday, May 30th at noon. I want to give a special thanks to Nick for letting us use the song Something for Now, which we used both in our intro and you can hear it playing right now in our outro. I'd like to give a thanks to my wife, Erica, for her support and her wonderful work on our show notes, and her additional help writing flavor text for me, as sometimes I just kind of drop the ball on that, and she helps pick that back up for me. I'd like to thank battlebards.com for their help improving our show with their enormous library of background noise, battle music, and also other sound effects that we use here and there throughout the show. I want to mention again that we are always looking for listener-submitted items that I can give to the players. Anything you come up with, I will at least consider giving to them as a magical or technological item that they can then use in the show. And you will definitely get a shout-out if you create an item for us, and we thank you very much for adding this nice bit of uniqueness to the show. Don't forget, check us out on Twitter at Dice_Heist and on Facebook at Dice Heist Podcast. Feel free to reach out to us there, or, of course, you can always send us an email at diceheistpodcast@gmail.com. Currently, we are still running our giveaway for 2 owl keychains, 2 scale mail dice bags, and 2 sets of dice. It's a total of 6 different items and 6 different winners. All you have to do to enter to win these items is like, share, and follow one of our posts either on Twitter or on Facebook. Doing this gets you a chance to win one of these wonderful items, on top of helping us try and spread the word of our show, so that other people that you know can enjoy it as well. And as always, stay tuned for the next episode of Dice Heist. They come out every Sunday, and we even sometimes submit a bonus episode on Wednesdays. Oh yeah, and there's one last little blooper from me not being able to do math.
So it's 11 total.
6 and 5.
Oof.
Huh? That was only 13 damage for the first one.
Yeah, 13 divided by like
Oh yeah.
half rounded down is 6.
You can only do it on one attack though,
Yeah,
to half
one.
it. So.
Yeah, it's only one.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. So the 13 you'll actually reduce to 6, so you'll take 11. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry. I was very confused for a second there on the math. I'm going to cut out my confusion and probably put it in a blooper, so, it'll be fun.